The observation deck of the Meridian Station hummed with the quiet efficiency of 1,000 automated systems. But Hannah Reeves sat motionless at her console, her eyes fixed on the viewport. Beyond the reinforced glass, the planet Kepler 442b stretched out in swirls of amber and jade, beautiful, untamed, and recently discovered to harbor intelligent life. "You're staring again," came a voice behind her. Hannah didn't turn. "Just thinking, Leo." Dr. Leo Chen pulled up a chair beside her, his tablet glowing with xenobiological data. He'd been her research partner for 3 years now, ever since they'd left Earth's overcrowded skies for the frontier. Where Hannah saw poetry in the cosmos, Leo saw puzzles waiting to be solved. "Thinking about the Yalori?" he asked, though he already knew the answer. "They're afraid of us," Hannah said softly. "All of them. Every species we've encountered out here." It was true. Humanity had reached the stars only to find themselves regarded with a mixture of awe and terror. The Yalori, a species of elegant, crystalline beings who communicated through light patterns, had been no exception. Their first contact protocols had been less diplomatic exchange and more frantic warning broadcasts. "Stay back. Do not approach. We mean no harm." Leo sighed, scrolling through his notes. "Can you blame them? We're persistent. We're unpredictable. And we refuse to stay in our corner of the galaxy. To them, we're monsters," Hannah finished. "I was going to say concerning, but sure." The truth was written in every first contact report. Humans didn't hibernate through long space voyages. They stayed awake, bored, and creative, and dangerous. They didn't have specialized castes or genetic programming. Any human could learn anything, become anything. They formed bonds with other species. Not out of biological imperative, but out of something the galaxy couldn't quite classify. Choice, affection, stubbornness, and perhaps most disturbing to the orderly species of the Galactic Assembly. Humans refused to let things die. Hannah stood abruptly. "I'm going down to the surface tomorrow." Leo's head snapped up. "What?" "Hannah, the Yalori Council specifically asked us not to. I'm not going to the capital. There's a preserve on the southern continent. The terraforming crews found something there last week." She pulled up the report on her tablet, showing Leo the images. Small, furred creatures with 6 legs and enormous eyes. Infant Yalori, Leo realized, though they looked nothing like the crystalline adults. "The cubs were abandoned," Hannah continued. "There was an avalanche. The adults fled, left them behind. Standard Yalori protocol. Save the viable population. Sacrifice the compromised. That's not our business, Hannah." She looked at him then, and Leo saw that familiar fire in her eyes. The same one he'd seen when she'd spent 72 hours straight coding a solution to save a failing life support system, or when she'd talked the captain out of abandoning a damaged colony ship. "It's exactly our business," she said. "This is why they fear us, Leo. Because we make it our business." The Southern Preserve was cold, far colder than Hannah had anticipated. She'd taken a shuttle down alone, against Leo's protests, against station protocols, against common sense. The Yalori had surveillance everywhere. But they were too polite, too regulated to stop her. She found the cubs in a shallow cave, huddled together, their bioluminescence dim and flickering. 6 of them, each no larger than a house cat. They didn't scatter. When she approached, they were too weak. Hannah knelt slowly, carefully. The cub's enormous eyes tracked her movement, calculating threat. She imagined, preparing for death. Instead, she shrugged off her jacket. It was an old thing, worn and patched, synthetic fibers designed to hold heat. She'd bought it on Mars, back when Mars still smelled like rust and ambition. Carefully, so carefully, she wrapped it around the cubs, creating a nest of warmth and darkness, and the lingering scent of human. They didn't understand. How could they? The Yalori were logical, crystalline, perfect. They didn't waste resources on the doomed. They didn't sacrifice the many for the few. But Hannah did. She sat outside that cave for 14 hours, monitoring their vital signs remotely, watching as their bioluminescence strengthened, as they curled deeper into the strange alien warmth. She didn't touch them again. She didn't need to. When the Yalori patrol finally found her at dawn, she was half frozen, delirious, but smiling. Leo was waiting when they brought her back to the station, wrapped in thermal blankets and lecturing her about hypothermia. But the Yalori counselor was there too, its crystalline form refracting the station lights into rainbows. You risked yourself. It pulsed in translated light speech. For our discarded young. They weren't discarded, Hannah managed through chattering teeth. They were just lost. We do not understand your species. The counselor admitted. You are inefficient. Emotional. You form attachments that logic would forbid. You save that which cannot save itself. Leo started to apologize, to explain human irrationality, but Hannah cut him off. You're right, she said. We're all of those things. We're also still here. We're still trying. That's what makes us human. The counselor was silent for a long moment, its form shifting through colors that the translator struggled to interpret. Finally, it pulsed again. The cubs survived. They are asking for the warmth thing. The jacket. The 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 Hannah laughed, exhausted and triumphant. Tell them they can keep it. 3 months later, the Galactic Assembly opened formal diplomatic relations with Earth. The Yalori sponsored the motion. Leo never learned exactly what changed their minds, but Hannah knew. She'd seen the surveillance footage they'd sent 6 juvenile Yalori, their crystalline structures still forming, curled together in a human jacket as dawn broke over an alien world. The galaxy feared humanity, perhaps, but fear and respect were not so different. In the end, and sometimes, Leo reflected, watching Hannah at her console, smiling at the stars. Sometimes, the most human thing you could do was prove that survival wasn't just about logic, it was about warmth.